Vladimir, 1782, 4 grades. The Order of St. Anna, created as a dynastic order in 1735, but declared an imperial order in 1797, 4 grades. And finally, the Order of St. John of Jerusalem, the Maltese Cross, which was awarded only during the reign of Emperor Paul. As an exclusively military award, the Order of St. George, 1769, was treated differently than other decorations. The 4th and 3rd grades recognized military valor and were bestowed on junior officers. The higher grades, however, were reserved for senior officer corps only. As a rule, the 2nd grade was granted to a commanding officer for a victorious combat, while the 1st grade, the rarest of the awards, recognized a triumph in a campaign. Thus, while there were thousands of recipients of the 2 lowest grades, only 125 earned the 2nd grade, and just 25 garnered the 1st grade during the entire Russian imperial era. Only 4 individuals ever earned the complete set of all 4 grades: Kutuzov, Mikhail Barclay-de-Tolly, Ivan Paskevich, and Ivan Dibich. During the imperial era, Russian military ranks were similar to those in other European powers, but were regulated by the Table of Ranks, a hierarchy of 14 categories of positions and ranks that Peter the Great adopted as the foundation for a system of promotion based on personal ability and performance rather than on birth and genealogy. In addition to regular military ranks, the Russian Army utilized administrative and staff ranks, such as Adjutant General and Flugel Adjutant. Prologue. Any Russian would immediately recognize him by his patronym alone. He was the general who led the victory over Napoleon's Grande Armee during the Patriotic War of 1812 and helped restore Russia's pride. More than its pride, its very sense of national purpose and identity. The triumph over Napoleonic France raised Russia's prestige to unprecedented heights, helping shape both its destiny and that of world history, and his role in it all, at least from the Russian perspective, is unquestioned. More than a national hero, he became a legend, achieving a stature few military leaders in Russia or elsewhere in any era could rival. For half a century, Mikhail Illarionovich Golenischev-Kutuzov, or simply Kutuzov as he's widely known, served in almost every major conflict in which Russia and its empresses and emperors engaged. He was a man of contrasts, inspiring and exasperating, of considerable personal charm and keen intellect, but calculating and artful. A loving father of 5 daughters who relished life with great enthusiasm and a strong sense of fun, but whom contemporaries castigated as a one-eyed old satyr and an inveterate womanizer. His mentality was cosmopolitan, yet he was an unabashed proponent of the Russian imperialism who could not fully express with what pleasure and gratitude he received the news of the partitioning of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth in 1793. He also handsomely profited from it, gaining vast tracts of lands in western Ukraine. It is not surprising, therefore, that with the outbreak of the Russo-Ukrainian War in 2014, Kutuzov came to personify the Russian colonialism, leading to some of his monuments being dismantled in Ukraine. As a commander, he was sometimes accused, particularly late in his military career, of being too cautious, even cowardly. Yet, over his lifetime, he displayed great personal courage on the battlefield, where he was seriously wounded twice and not expected to survive. The scars on his face, along with 16 medals, including the complete set of the Order of St. George for gallantry and military prowess, the first ever to be garnered by an individual, testified to his heroism and daring. Yet he was equally a courtier, cunning and compliant, full of obsequious flattery and deference to those above his station. To many of his contemporaries, he was the embodiment of fading standards, a relic of a bygone era. In death, he was transformed from a flawed figure.